Welcome to this March 3rd, 2026 YouTube live stream. I'm your host, Justin Mack with McDermott Media here at Freedom News Now. Coming to you from the war room, straight from the underground. Don't forget to like and subscribe for breaking news. Trump epic fury on Iran. Got a big show today. Breaking news, Trump epic fury on Iran, Austin, Texas, bar chaos, the mass incident, plus who invented auditing live for those of you, the First Amendment auditing community, the Second Amendment auditing community. Let's start out with Trump on Iran, live updates. Israel hits Beirut and Tehran as Trump warns Iran of escalated strikes. Now it's up to 6 U.S. service members ended since the start of the war who've died. My opinion on it with the war is many of the America First people, they don't like it. I'm seeing a lot of crying out there, a lot of crybabies about it. You know, I can understand why they're worried. Higher energy prices, that's something to be worried about. People are worried about, mostly it's a lot of this younger generation. I'm seeing a lot of this younger generation of Republicans. I understand they don't want any more foreign wars, no more foreign wars, no war with Iran. I'm right there with them, but Trump's different. Trump's a different president. These people need to understand that Trump's not one of those past presidents. Trump's knocking them out quick and getting out using the force of the heavy force, heavy weight of the military, in and out, tactile strikes. So it's not looking like it's going to be one of those forever wars. No one wants that. I'm really seeing a lot of these people out there that are so hell bent against Israel. They've got such a bone to pick with Israel. They dislike Israel so much that they're blinded by their hate for Israel. I understand a lot of the wars are fought for Israel, but what's your guys' thoughts on that? John, welcome. Random, welcome. Yeah, people aren't used to seeing such an epic strike in every way and success. Now, it'll be interesting to see what the follow-up is. There are some strikes, like we said, some service members, 6 of them. But war is war. Hey, we need to use it as American taxpayer. We've been paying all this money in taxes, millions of dollars, building up this military. We need to use it. Let's use it. Look what happened with Venezuela, in and out, success. Look at Operation Midnight Hammer, in and out, a success. You got to trust Trump. A lot of this younger generation, I see some of these bigger podcasters like Owen Schroyer, former Alex Jones, he used to be on. He's completely losing his mind with everything Trump does. Completely butthurt and crying about everything Trump does. He claims to be this Republican, but he's so blinded by his hatred for Israel that he even quit or lost his job with Alex Jones. Let's hit those likes, guys. Get those likes up there. We need to get this video out there. Get those likes up there. People like Owen, he's so blinded that, that's all they see is Israel this, Israel that. They can't see any other picture, a bigger picture. It's like, you don't think Trump has more information than everyone else? Trump's setting a new order, new world order, resetting the stage. It'll be America first. And with the military, sending in this military, hell, what percentage of the U.S. military now? 30%, 50% are foreign nationals? Think about it. What percentage of the U.S. military now are foreign nationals? Do we really care sending foreign nationals out there to fight in a war in Iran? It's not on our soil. I don't really have a problem sending thousands of U.S. service members. They're not like the U.S. service members of your grandfather's day and age, your great grandfathers. Much of U.S. service members in America now are foreign nationals. They're from India. They're from Islamabad, Pakistan. They're from China. They're from Mexico, Venezuela. So when people say, oh, we're sending more Goyim to go fight the wars for Israel, well, not necessarily. A lot of the new soldiers in the military are foreign nationals, a high percentage. They're not even, they may be an American citizen through H-1Bs, through visa, through green cards, something that America needs to do away with, completely eliminate. But that's another story. That's a whole nother story. Let's get those likes up there. Let's get those likes up there. Trump's thinking such much bigger picture. He's keeping America first on the world stage. It's a different order right now, and he knows that, and we got to trust Trump. People put him in there. I didn't participate in the elections. I don't fall for it because I called it out. There'd be a war with Iran. I called out there'd be no mass deportations. We're not getting it. You're not getting it, those of you that voted. But Trump knows. Trump's a lot smarter than most of us, probably all of us. So anyone listening to these live streams, got to trust Trump, trust the plan. So what's next for Iran now that, what do you guys think's next for Iran? After all these strikes, what comes in next will be interesting. I believe some of what'll happen is they're going to turn Iran into like the Western world. Iran's will turn gay. Iran will turn trans. Iran will be full of feminism, full of degenerate trans and gay freaks. Dragging down Iran, it'll become just like the Western world, just like Israel, just like America, full of porn, full of degeneracy, full of mental illness, full of trans and gay, all over the rainbow flags, all over Iran. And with that comes feminism. All these rabid, insane feminists. That's next for Iran, unfortunately. Mark my words, wait for it. You watch. You'll start seeing all these rainbow flags all over Iran. In comes the degeneracy. In comes the mental illness. Iran becomes fully gay. Iran becomes fully trans, LGBTQ, just like the Western world, just like Israel, just like America. They were fighting against it. They were trying to prevent that. They were trying to prevent a female dominated country. Iran was one of the only countries dominated by a masculine society, a male society. Now it'll turn into feminist crap. It'll turn into feminist weakness, feminist degeneracy. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I hope Iran can maintain their strength as far as that goes, their male dominance, and can repress feminism and repress all the everything that comes with that. But good luck. It'll be just like America and the Western world. Every time you try to stand up to it, you have the full force, the full weight of the law. The thin blue line will be coming down on you. You'll have the full weight, the full force of the radical activist feminist judges sending all their hired guns to your house, all their thin blue line members to arrest you for your Facebook posts that offended some gay or trans. I don't know. I don't really support that. Let's hope it doesn't go that way. Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit those likes. Let's get those likes up there. Share your comments. Unusual. Welcome. Jonathan, Trump's 10 moves ahead of us. A good point. Yeah, we got to keep China and Russia out of the Western Hemisphere. It's all about Western Hemisphere dominance. That is America first. Trump knows. But we still haven't seen the Greenland invasion. Where's the Greenland invasion? We'll save that for another day. Still waiting on that. What else we got? We got the Austin, Texas bar chaos. Let's jump into that. Let's jump into the Austin, Texas bar mass chaos. Now the death toll rises to 3, including the Senegal, the real African from Senegal who was pulling the trigger. Brought here by Obama. Obama brought him here. Obama flooded America with all these real Africans from Kenya, from Senegal, from Somalia that failed to assimilate. They can't assimilate from the third world, from the fourth world. FBI investigates the Texas bar incident that ended 3 and wounded 14 as a possible terrorist incident. You think a real African wearing property of Allah? It almost seems a little bit, some people are raising the alarm on it. Also, almost seems a little bit like false flag territory where it's almost too much, maybe a little stage with the property of Allah shirt and then Iran shirt underneath, allegedly. Austin, Texas. A gunman wearing clothing with an Iranian flag design and the words property of Allah ended 2 people and wounded 14. Now it's up to 3. At a Texas bar, law enforcement told the AP the FBI is investigating the incident, which erupted a day after the U.S. and Israel strikes on Iran through Operation Epic Fury. Police in Austin ended the man who was using both a pistol and a rifle to carry out the incident. Well, I didn't know that. I thought I just saw the rifle, but apparently he had a pistol and a rifle, multiple weapons. One of the people that was ended also, her name sounded like a real African name, like a Senegal name. So I'm wondering if that might have been partially domestic related. An African man that went after his former African wife who left him because she became Americanized. It almost seems that way. I bet if you look into it a little bit more, it's not necessarily a terrorist incident. It may be more of a domestic related incident where this real African who just couldn't assimilate well with America went after his ex. One of the one of the victims was a real African woman, it sounded like. So it's probably his ex that became Americanized who left him for an American. If you look more into it, the media is trying to whip it up into more than what it is, just like they always do. Look into it. What do y'all think? D man, welcome. But it doesn't change the fact that it is another foreigner, whether it be legal or illegal. You know, these foreigners from the third world, the fourth world, from Africa, they don't seem to assimilate well, from the Middle East, from Iran, from Yemen, from Sudan, from Senegal, from the Congo, from Somalia. They don't always assimilate well. You got to remember that come time to vote. These local might want to still participate in the local elections. These judges that are flooding your communities with the illegals, the real Africans, the Venezuelans, the Afghanis, and now it could be part of the Iran fallout, could be more refugees from Iran. Every time America goes to war for Israel somewhere, you know what happens then? It's more refugees for America, more millions of third worlders for America. I hope that's not next. You got to hit that like tab for that. I hope that's not next. We can only take so much. So yeah, that doesn't look good. Time to stay on mark, stay on target, keep them in the 10 ring, always keep them in the X ring. Who invented auditing for all you First Amendment auditors joining us here today on this YouTube live stream? I'm your host, Justin Mack, here at McDermott Media. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe consider a donation, help show. Member here at Freedom News Now. Who invented auditing? Who invented First Amendment auditing? I invented First Amendment auditing here at Freedom. I was one of the first creators of the term First Amendment audit. There were two people who may have coined the term First Amendment audit before me, but I really popularized the term First Amendment audit. There is a channel called the Batutai, Philip Turner. That may have been the first time I saw the term First Amendment audit. And then some people were using First Amendment test, bunny boot. But High Desert News Now, our channel, Freedom News Now, at the time was Tactical Patriot. And you can bring in PNAC, Photography is Not a Crime, Carlos Miller. I started auditing in 2014, publishing videos probably put my first title as First Amendment audit 2015, maybe 2016. So for at least 10 years, I've been using the term First Amendment audit. I think there may have been Batusa, I was using it 2013 or 2014. Gavin Syme, he was right up there. He revolutionized auditing somewhat. Everyone put their own spin on it and revolutionized auditing in their own way. That's the good thing about First Amendment auditing. Everyone can put on their own spin, their own personal touch. That's why it's independent journalism. Then you had people out in LA, Tom Zebra, Onus News Service out there recording police. That was a little different than auditing. That was more cop watch. There was a cop block channel out there. But as far as using the term First Amendment audit, I was one of the first people popularizing the term First Amendment audit. When it was really being searched, you could put in the term First Amendment audit and get 25,000 views on your most boring First Amendment audit. And then they kept having to raise the bar to get clicks, get views, to the point where people were, going out getting arrested and having to use pepper spray all the time. And it just got to be too dangerous for auditing. People were pressing the limits too much to get those clicks, get those views, which in turn is revenue. Everyone wants that revenue. If you say you don't, you're an idiot. You're a fool. So we're right up there with one of the First Amendment auditors here. You're at Freedom News at one time. Now McDermott Media. A lot of people have been going back and forth about the auditing. Who invented auditing? Who was the inventor of First Amendment audits? It's revolutionized. It's become much bigger than just First Amendment audits. Some of us were doing Second Amendment audits before First Amendment audits. First Amendment audit is basically, holding your public officials accountable, independent journalism, citizen journalism. Some people just go outside public restaurants or dispensaries and record, exercise their rights, try to educate the general public, and that's okay too. Many people don't like that, but it's okay to exercise those rights. Got to exercise those muscles or you lose those muscles. Same thing with those rights. Got to exercise them before it's too late. So yeah, we're just wrapping up here. On a wrap up, we're talking Trump on Iran, Trump's epic fury on Iran updates. Talking some about the younger generation, the Gen Z, constantly freaking out. The young Republicans panicking. They're letting their, it's kind of like how back 2016 where everyone was freaking out about the Muslims and driving all their dislike for all the Muslims. Now it's the same way with this younger generation, the Republicans towards Israel. You got a large segment of them that they can't hide their hatred for Israel for anything. Some of these people, like Owen Schroyer, he literally gave up a job at Alex Jones working with him because he couldn't stop his dislike for Israel. There's more to it than that. I know that's a lot of it. That's much of it, but you gotta trust Trump. Trump knows what he's doing. He's for America first. You know, what's next after Trump? It doesn't look too promising after that. Not JD Vance. I don't think it'll be JD Vance. Look at Ohio. Ohio's been flooded with foreigners from India, just like Michigan, flooded with foreigners from India. They're all coming across the northern border from Canada. The northern border is not secure. We're reporting out of Michigan. We're getting flooded in Michigan from India, from Delhi, India, from Koshi, India, Jaipur, India. It's pretty bad here up north, the northern border from Canada. Canada won't lock it down. They're letting their country get flooded with millions. They're all leaking across the porous northern border. It's much longer than the southern border. And we're talking about the Austin, Texas incident, mass chaos, mass incident. Now up to 3 victims, plus the foreign national from Senegal with the property of Allah shirt, brought here by Obama. Another real African brought here by Obama. I've been telling you, you haven't seen nothing. You thought the hood was bad before. You hadn't seen nothing until you add tens of thousands of real Africans. You thought African Americans were bad in the hood. Wait until you flood it with all those real Africans from Senegal, from Somalia, from the Congo. Yeah, go visit Jackson, Michigan. Go visit Grand Rapids, Michigan. You'll see real quick what it's like. Then these radical activist judges like Allison Batestein, Michael Clarenstein, they'll strip you of your First Amendment rights, of your Second Amendment rights. Then they'll flood your community with thousands of foreigners from the most dangerous parts of Africa. All we can do is report on it. Remember that come Michigan, come election time, those judges, those radical activist judges, if they're not running unopposed like much of the time, remember that. Let's get them out. Those judges that are selling out Americans, the American taxpayer. It's all about America first, America only. Got to protect your blood, protect your soil, protect your Christian identity. Now is the time before it's too late. I want to wrap this YouTube live stream up with a verse from the Bible, Psalms, book 1. Always remember Christ is King. Psalms, book 1, the way of the righteous and the wicked. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers. The wicked are not so, but are like chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore, the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. Psalms 1. Never forget, always believe. Stay strong. As always, we're going to wrap this video up, and that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe for police accountability, civil rights education YouTube videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's get those likes up there. Let's get those likes up there. Smash that like tab. So thankful, so grateful for each and every one of you.